Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the November 7th edition of ETV News. I'm Dylan Ellis.
And I'm Ananya Patel. Welcome to another exciting edition of ETV News. We've got all the latest stories, updates, and insights lined up just for you, so let's dive right in.
This past Friday, the Office of Career Services in the Communication, Film, and Theater Department hosted the Entertainment Industry Day. The event was held in the Betty Tipton Room located in the Student Center from 9 to 12 p.m. Various companies from the entertainment industry visited to connect with students interested in the field. Foxwoods, Playhouse on Park, TheaterWorks, and the Bushnell. The event provided valuable networking opportunities, helping students take their first steps towards an entertainment career.
Election has come. Many Eastern students can exercise their right to vote via absentee ballot, early voting, or going to the polls. Kevin Gonzalez hits the ground running to see if and how many students cast their votes.
With it being election week, we asked students in the stew if they voted early and how easy the process was.
I voted early and it was really easy. There were a lot of people there to help explain it to you and explain how the ballot works. And they knew I was a first-time voter, so they let me go in with my mom. So that was really good. Yeah, it was really easy.
I did vote early, and it was pretty simple. I just went in, said my name, and I was out within like maybe 10, 15 minutes.
The process was really simple. It almost felt like it was done for me.
It was pretty simple and quick and easy.
I voted early, and it was just easy. I just go and just vote. I pulled up to the place, and I was just voted. They had my name on the list. I just voted right there.
Yeah, I did. It was really easy, actually. I had like I think they call it like a mail-in ballot. It's just a piece of paper that it's very straightforward. It just asks gives you all these options of people to vote for and like different things. You just check off the boxes, sign your name. It's a lot easier than I thought.
I did vote early and it was pretty easy. All I did was just look it up online, and then I was able to get my ballot sent into me from my town clerk, and then I got in the mail. I opened it, resent it. The only problem was just finding a stamp, because stamps are hard to come by these days, but stamps are pretty cheap, so that was the most difficult part.
Seems like Warriors were able to vote early, and hopefully you also went out to vote. For ETV News, I'm Kevin Gonzalez with Nick Walsh behind the camera.
This year, Eastern has been named to the Princeton Review's 2025 Guide to Green Colleges. The review selects colleges based on a comprehensive survey conducted during the previous academic year. The survey included input from around 600 college administrators and students regarding their college's sustainability policies, practices, and programs. Eastern's inclusion in this year's review marked its 15th appearance since the review's debut in 2010. This is due not only to Eastern's positive history of sustainability, but also to multiple efforts from Eastern last year to improve its sustainability, including the Thrift Warrior Shop, a composting initiative led by the Center for Community Engagement, and Sean's Cupboard, as well as a partnership with the Covenant Soup Kitchen. Patricia Sizis, Executive Director of the Institute for Sustainability, stated, "This is a recognition of the work so many people across the campus have been doing for so many years."
Students let their minds wander at the Wonder Museum, located in Boston. Attendees got to see lots of mind-bending installations and interactive displays. The event was perfect for anyone looking for Instagram-worthy photos or even just a fun day exploring a new place. The campus activity board hosted the trip, so be sure to keep up with what they have next. You can follow them at Cap Eastern on Instagram.
First-year registration is next Monday at 7 a.m. You can access registration via eWeb. When it comes to how you get your code to register, it's important to note that your faculty advisor is the person you communicate with to receive your registration code.
Students, we only have 19 days until Thanksgiving break, so be sure to start. Students, we only have 19 students until Thanksgiving break, so be sure to start making your plans now. All first-year halls and Nasdaq Hall will be closing at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, November 26th. All other halls will be open for break. However, students must fill out the Thanksgiving break housing application. This can be found in your My Housing portal, and you will be automatically approved at no cost. Students with Tuesday night classes after 6 p.m. will only have 30 minutes until after their class time to leave the residence hall. If you have any questions, feel free to send an email to housing@easternct.edu.
Well, that wraps up the stories around the Eastern community, but don't go anywhere. Emily Madden joins us for this week's editorial segment after these short messages.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Remember the best planned 90 minutes of your life? Or that surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back, and thanks for sticking with us. Emily Madden has the details on the recent uptick seen in motorcycle accidents across the state. Over to you, Emily.
Hello all, and thank you for tuning in for another editorial segment. In the past year, CT Insider shares that as of June 2024, the number of motorcycle fatalities surpassed numbers from previous years at the same times, according to the DOT data. On June 24th, the state saw 32 motorcycle deaths. This is a huge number because there were a total of 65 related deaths in the past year, the most in 35 years. The number of motorcycle riders increased during the pandemic, along with motorcycle sales. When it comes to why so many motorcyclists are dying, CT Insider also states, quote, some Connecticut motorcyclists cited a range of issues from potholes on the road to a lack of enforcement for speeding and erratic drivers, unquote. One rider went on to say, quote, I was always taught to assume that everyone on the road is a hired assassin trying to take you out. Not that they don't see you, but they're actively trying to hit you, unquote. The Danbury rider emphasized riders' experience also impacts the safety of themselves and those around them. As of right now, there has been 152 total motorcycle-related deaths in the state of Connecticut in 2024. So what can everyone do to prevent these tragedies? Wear protective gear. This includes gloves, a helmet, clothing that covers your skin, and protective shoes. Don't dress to ride, dress to slide in case of an accident. Follow traffic rules. Motorcycles do go fast, and yes, that is pretty cool, but not necessarily super safe. Be mindful and smart when hitting the road. Riders can prevent accidents by riding in good weather, being visible to cars, avoiding distractions, riding sober, checking blind spots. Be safe out there, Eastern. Emily Madden, ETV News. Guys?
Thank you for keeping us in the loop, Emily. Join us next week for when co-anchor Kyla McKinney returns for another edition of our editorial segment. Delia Champagne is this week's weather forecast after this short break.
Bring it.
Time out, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home.
Okay. Bye, guys.
You guys need a ride?
Sure. Oh, yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one?
I gotta go eat, man. Sorry, I'll see you later.
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back. Eastern's weatherwoman Delia Champagne is in the studio to deal with this upcoming week's weather. What does Mother Nature have in store for us this week, Delia?
Thank you, Nenya and Dylan, and hey there, Warriors. Thanks for sticking with us to find out what weather we can expect for the rest of the week. It sure has been a beautiful week so far. Today, we've experienced yet another scorching hot day. Feels like summer. Hopefully, you didn't all put your sunscreen away for the season. You might need it again. The high today was recorded at 69 degrees with a perfect mix of sunshine and clouds. As we move into the evening, expect a little bit of colder temperatures around 37 degrees. I can say with full confidence I have never seen a November like this. The heat on Election Day set records in several areas, and some of which haven't been broken since the early 1900s. Let's take a look at the extended forecast for the rest of this gorgeous week so you can plan accordingly. Tomorrow we'll be seeing straight up sunny skies with a high of 64 and a low of 35. On Saturday, expect temperatures to drop a little, but don't worry, we'll still be seeing that sun. The high is expected to hit 53 and a low of 27. Sunday's temperatures will still be similar to Saturday, but expect a cloudier day. The high is expected to hit 58 and a low of 47. Have those umbrellas handy. Rain is projected to hit later on in the evening. Monday will hit us with some more rain showers, making way to clear skies later on in the day. Expect higher temperatures hitting 65 and low of 42. And lastly, Tuesday will be a little warmer with a mix of clouds and sunshine, giving us a high of 58 and a low of 30. No snow yet. Make most of these temperatures and finish up that fall yard work as you get ready for Thanksgiving. Let's take a look at the weather our athletes can expect for this weekend. Although there's no athletes that are competing outside, it's still worth noting the weather that they can experience at home or as they hit the road. On Friday, men's basketball will be heading to Westfield, Mass. to play St. John Fisher College at 7:30. Temperatures will be in the mid-60s as they head there, but may need to pack some sweatshirts as the temperature will drop to the high 30s in the evening. On Saturday, men's basketball will stay in Westfield and battle it out at Westfield State University at noon for consolation or at 2 p.m. for the championship. Weather will be similar but a little bit chillier during the day. They should be expecting a high of 55 and a low of 28 degrees. The men's and women's swim team will be traveling to Bangor, Maine, competing against Husson University Saturday at 11 a.m. They can look forward to somewhat warm and sunny temperatures during the day, but chillier as night as they head home. The high is expected to hit 46 and low of 28. Lastly, women's volleyball will be traveling to Boston, Mass. to play against UMass Boston at noon. They can expect sunny skies hitting a high of 51 and a low of 33. Good luck to all the athletes competing this weekend. Before I go, it's worth mentioning the burn ban that Connecticut has implemented. Be aware that we must refrain from any activities that could spark a fire, including fire pits, grilling, and even using power equipment. With low humidity, high temperatures, and strong wind gusts, a red flag warning has been issued to prevent the spread of wildfires in our area. Well, that about does it for this week's edition of ETV Weather. Thanks for sticking by, and I'll see you next week. For ETV News, this has been Delia Champagne, sending it back to our fantastic anchors.
Thank you for the update, Delia.
Coming up, election results and how they could impact the Senate.
Plus, how sugar impacts the health of children. Stay with us for these stories and more after these short messages.
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Thanks for hearing me out, bro.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
Okay.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
Donald Trump has yet again won another term in the White House. CNN now projects Republicans will win control of the Senate. The party's push to gain control on election night started when the West Virginian Republican governor Jim Justice was projected to pick up the seat. Ohio senator projected to lose his re-election bid, while both the Florida and Texas senators both won their races. With many races still needing to be declared, Republicans had 51 seats in the chamber. The last time the party took control of the Senate was back in 2021.
It's back to reality for the alcohol industry. The incredible surge in sales they saw during the COVID-19 pandemic has come to a screeching halt. Inflation-weary customers are now pushing back on expensive booze, and it's hurting bottlers' bottom lines. Some of the world's biggest alcohol makers have recently reported declines in volumes or sales. According to a report from Jing analysis firm IWSR, overall volumes fell for the first 7 months of 2024. All major categories were affected, including tequila, American whiskey, beer, and wine. Instead of buying pricey bottles, customers are now choosing lower-priced items like beer and ready-to-drink canned cocktails. Those generally cost less per serve basis. They're also leaning toward cheaper private labels like those offered at discount grocery chains.
Jurors in the Delphi, Indiana double murder trial have heard multiple recordings of the suspect's alleged prison confessions. Richard Allen is charged of murdering 2 teenagers, Abigail Williams and Liberty German, in 2017. There are recordings of 5 phone calls from Allen to his wife in which he allegedly confessed to the murders from prison. In one call, he said, quote, "I did it, I killed Abby and Libby," end quote. Prosecutors say Allen confessed more than 60 times while in prison. Aside from his wife, they say he confessed to his mother, family members, the prison warden, the psychologist who treated him in prison, other prison employees, and other inmates. The prosecution rested its case on Thursday. Despite the confessions, many questions about the case remain: Allen's mental state and the lack of DNA evidence linking him to the crimes.
In recent consumer news, supergiant televisions are now flying off store shelves. TVs that measure 97 inches and more diagonally are also known as XXL TVs, and they're becoming a big hit thanks to cheaper prices. Research firm Circana says the prices for a 98-inch TV have fallen 53% from a year ago. Sales within the last year have soared a whopping 877%. These large TVs aren't the best for a college budget, costing between $1,700 to $300,000. The biggest amenity offered by the screen is the multi-view option. Best Buy says rather than squinting at several different sports happening at once, the 97-inch lets you easily watch 48-inch boxes with each different event.
A new study says children and pregnant women should curb their sugar intake. Researchers found reducing sugar during pregnancy and up to age 2 may cut a child's risk of chronic illnesses in adulthood. Specifically, it decreased the risk of type 2 diabetes by about 35%. It also dropped the risk of high blood pressure by about 20%. For the study, researchers looked at data from before and after the end of the United Kingdom's World War II era sugar rationing. The study was published Friday in the journal Science.
Singer Katy Perry's latest music video is under investigation. This is according to the Balearic Islands Environmental Ministry. The ministry claims that Katy Perry's Lifetime's music video has filmed in Ses Salines Natural Park. This protected area off the coast of Spain requires everyone who films there to obtain a permit. Perry's production company allegedly failed to request the needed authorization to film there. Perry and her team have yet to comment on these allegations. Lifetimes is Perry's second single off her 2024 album 143.
Coming up, Addison Toohill joins us to give an update on Eastern Athletics. Don't go anywhere.
Adding your own flavor to fashion comes with age.
Okay, Dad, look at you.
Welcome. Hi.
Forgetting how to add doesn't. Finding it difficult to work with numbers may be a sign of Alzheimer's.
Dad, are you okay?
An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's. Some things come with age, some others don't.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction And we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Thanks for sticking with us. Let's check in with Addison to see what's going on around Eastern Athletics this week.
Hey Warriors, I'm back with another weekly update on all things Eastern Athletics, so let's dive in. Men's soccer dropped their last regular season game at home versus UMass Boston 1-0. The match was win and you're in for Eastern, who, after the loss, narrowly missed a playoff berth. The Beacons of UMass Boston denied the Warriors a playoff spot for only the second time ever in 17 seasons under current head coach Greg DeVito. The team ends their season with an overall record of 4-8-4 and 2-5-1 in the LEC. Women's soccer, who was seeded 4th in the LEC at the conclusion of regular season play, hosted VTSU Castleton at home for the first round of the playoffs. Unfortunately for the Warriors, who defeated Castleton 3-0 at home earlier in the season, the Spartans took this one 1-0 in overtime. An own goal by the Warriors off a miscommunication in the 107th minute of play ended the Warriors' season at 3-3-2 in conference play and 6-10-2 overall. Women's field hockey also faced a win-and-you're-in scenario in their last regular season game of the year on Saturday. The Warriors hosted the Panthers of Plymouth State University in an attempt to secure a playoff berth and break the three-way tie for 5th place. The Warriors were able to defeat the Panthers in overtime off a goal from senior defender Jacqueline Cota. Let's take a look at the game winner that secured the Warriors a home game in the LEC playoffs.
Now, chance for Eastern, maybe a 3-on-2. Off to Cota on the right side. She's got a chance to end it, but gets it through, and she scores! Jacqueline Cota sends Eastern Connecticut to the Little East Conference Tournament.
That goal landed Eastern the 4 seed, and they hosted University of Southern Maine at home on Tuesday for the first round. Unfortunately, the Warriors were unable to replicate their win against the Huskies earlier this year, and their season ended with a 1-0 loss to the reigning LEC champions. Women's volleyball is wrapping up conference play this week. The Warriors hosted a tri-match tournament with UMass Dartmouth and Bay Path University at home on Saturday. The Warriors went 1-1, getting swept by UMass Dartmouth in the morning before moving on to sweep Bay Path in the afternoon. The Warriors then traveled to Salem State University on Tuesday, where they delivered another 3-0 sweep. The Warriors were led in that game by first-year Emma Robinson, who had 8 kills and 13 digs. Eastern has one more regular season match against the Beacons of UMass Boston away on Saturday at noon. LEC playoffs begin next Tuesday. Good luck to our volleyball team as they finish up conference play. Track and field participated in the LEC championship this weekend at UMass Dartmouth, where both teams placed 3rd overall. Eastern had multiple all-conference finishers on both first and second team All-LEC. First team recipients were senior Allison Leclerc for the women and Michael Parzik for the men, both placing 7th overall in their respective races. Athletes named second team all-conference included Isabel Cintron for the women's team and Zachary DeAndrea and Sam Ambrosio, who was also named LEC Rookie of the Year for being the top first-year finisher of the meet. Great job to all of Eastern's cross-country participants. Men and women's swimming were inactive this week as they rest up for their meet at Husson University on Saturday, November 9th at 11 a.m. Good luck to all of the Warriors who look to compete this weekend. Winter sports are gearing up as men's basketball opens their season at the Hampton Inn Classic, hosted by Westfield State University on Friday and Saturday. The Warriors kick off play against St. John Fisher College on Friday at 7:30 p.m. Depending on the results of that game, the Warriors will face Westfield State or St. Joseph's University on Saturday in either the consolation game or the championship. Women's basketball fans will have to wait just a bit longer as the women's team does not open their season until Wednesday, November 13th, when they travel to LaSalle University for a 5:30 game. Well, that about does it for this week's segment of ETV Sports. Great job to all of our fall athletes who have wrapped up or will wrap up their season this week, and good luck to all of our winter athletes as competition begins ramping up. For all things Eastern Athletics, make sure to follow our Instagram at EasternCT_athletics, and as always, our streams are powered by Huddle. Thanks again for tuning in. This has been Addison Tuhill for ETV News, sending it back to our wonderful anchors in the studio.
Thanks for the update, Addison. That wraps up tonight's edition of ETV News. Please be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms and subscribe to the YouTube channel.
From Director Sean McGuigan, producers Kaylee Roberts and Emily Madden, and the entire ETV News staff, thank you for watching. Once again, I'm Ananya Patel.
And I'm Dylan Ellis, wishing you a great evening. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week, Eastern.